Hi guys, sorry, just thought I'd finish up this video here. I got cut off by YouTube. They only let you make a video that's 15 minutes and 30 seconds long, so I just had like one more minute to add on, so that kind of sucked, but oh well, here it is. So leaving school is an option, like what I said, like, sorry for the strong language, but fuck school. Like if you're having that bad of a time in school, if people are giving you that much shit, and you just can't face another day at school, leave school. Like, school is not the end of the world. You can always go back, a year later, 2 years later. You can take correspondence courses, you can take online courses, you can take night class. Go on, just do something different to clear your head and give yourself some breathing space, sort of a way, and then come back to the table. Like, if you have a problem, sometimes you just need to walk away from it for a while and just sort of let it sit and let it stew, and let your brain grow and mature a little bit more, and then you can come back to the problem and it might not be there anymore, and if it is, you'll have a better coping mechanism and problem solving ability to deal with that problem. So leaving school is an option. A friend of mine, I dropped out of school for 6 months in grade 10 with a friend of mine, and we started up a little dessert catering business. We sold baklava and cookies, and we catered a couple large dinners for like 100 plus people. We had business cards, and we had uniforms that we got from Value Village. We bought matching collared shirts and pants. So, for two 16-year-olds, we did pretty darn good. But after 6 months, I realized, I did want to finish school. I did want to go back to school. I had actually been having trouble with sort of a bully at school, a guy that I didn't really get along with, and I didn't feel like fighting. Still to this day, I still sort of kick myself for not just rising to the challenge. But when you're in a situation sometimes and you're right in it, it's just hard to sort of see another way of going about it. But so you just need to step away from it sometimes. So I stepped away from it, and then when I did go back to school, I went to this adult high school where they had quarter semesters instead of two 4 or 5 month semesters. They had like the school year split up into 4, so I was able to start and finish a last semester. So I guess it wasn't 6 months, it was more like 3 months that we did the dessert catering thing for. But then I was able to, so like I quit in January, and then I was able to go in like April and do like April, May, June, or May, June, like a quarter semester. And so I was able to get a couple credits, and then the following year I went to a different high school, and I graduated at the same time as I would have had I stayed in school. So I didn't lose anything, and I got to try my hand at business, so that was a win-win situation. And I got myself out of that spot where I was. I was a bit of a corner, so I got myself out of that. You can work and save money and travel. Work at McDonald's, whatever. Save some money and go traveling. Go see Canada. We have this beautiful, beautiful country with so many places to see. St. John's, Halifax, Victoria, Winnipeg, Northern Canada. Go to Churchill. Go see the polar bears. Go see the Northern Lights. Go travel to the States. There's so many different places you can see and things you can do. Don't ever take yourself out of the game. That's just the worst thing that you could ever do. Make a movie, make a documentary on something that you're interested in. Grab a video camera, get a friend, buy a beater and just go tour across Canada and just film a movie on something. Street life, or the underground hip hop scene in Toronto, or in wherever you live, or like if you're interested in like nature, go film something about nature and like Northern Canada, or whatever. Just do creative things like that. Just sort of take time away from school. And your parents might have an issue with this, but honestly, like, don't give it to them as an ultimatum, but essentially that's what it is. It's like, if you stay in school, this might happen, right? So if you have to get yourself out of that space, you have to get yourself out of that space. And I realize it's not that easy, because some people have some really strict parents, and that's a tough situation. And I was lucky that I had a mom who was supportive of me. So when I wanted to drop out of school for those 6 months to do that dessert catering business, it wasn't a big deal. But some people could find themselves in a tougher situation, and honestly, I have to say I don't know what to do in that situation. I think you just have to find a way. If you have a cool aunt that lives in Montreal and she's sort of the black sheep of the family, call her up, go stay with her, go live with her for 6 months or a year, and just do something different. Just get out of that place where you're not feeling good, because that's the thing. It's like a disease. Like it takes over. Like it's like it consumes you, and so you're in a bad situation, and it just kind of eats away at you and eats away at you and eats away at you until you have nothing left, and then you take your life. So make sure you get out of that place and just let your let yourself, rest and get back up to who you are, because you have so much potential. And and don't let the people win. They win when your soul dies. Like, take yourself out of that bad place, go do something you enjoy doing. Another option is WOOF. It's called Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. It's www.oof.org, and it's like you get to work on organic farms all around the world. They have them in every state, province, town, country, all over the world, from Turkey to Zimbabwe to the U.S. And you can go pick oranges in Florida, and tend to a chicken coop in Portugal. I've heard of people who've gone to pick fruit in Portugal, for like 6 months, and you live on the farm. They give you room and board and food and lodging, and you work 4 hours a day, and then you get the rest of your time to, like, hang out with the other people doing the farming, or go sightseeing and stuff like that. So that's something cool you could do for a year or two. So it's www.oof.org, woof.org. You could go teach English in another country. That's something I've always wanted to do, is go to Argentina or something for a year and teach English. Sometimes you do need to get a TESOL certificate, and you do need a university degree, and some of these things are age restricted. So I'm talking to you, I'm 24 and you might be 16, and maybe you can't just up and go to Argentina and teach English, but there's always a way to do something. There's always a way. Get in touch with relatives, people on your Facebook, distant friends, contacts, connections. Just work with the connections that you have and try and make it happen. Go on Kijiji and put an ad and say, hey, I'm a 16-year-old. I don't want to be in high school anymore. I want to move to Louisiana. I want to come to California. What can you give me? Be safe about it. Be smart about it. But you'll find that people will give you a positive reaction, because everyone's been there. You're not alone in this. Like, everyone's been through high school. Everyone's had those shitty times and those times where they thought they couldn't go on anymore. So people do understand. So just, like, throw it out there and see what you get. But just don't stay in school if that's really not for you. You can finish school without being at school. You can do night classes, online classes, whatever. Just get out of that place where you're feeling bad. And that's everything I have to say. So thanks for listening. I'm not an expert on the issue, so nothing. I'll say right now, what I'm saying isn't gospel. Like, you know best what's good for you. I just want to offer you another perspective. If you're having issues, suicidal thoughts, depression, talk to somebody. Talk to a professional. Talk to Hotline Kids Health. Talk to those hotlines, Kids Help phone. Your friends, your people on your sports team. Find someone who's understanding and willing to listen, and talk to them. They will hear you out. And if you don't have someone, call the hotline or a help phone, or go to a meeting. There's various chapters of associations throughout Canada and the U.S. and every country around the world, where they have organizations committed to this, where you can go and it's kind of like an AA meeting, and you sit down and you can talk about your issues. So just do something like that and take yourself out of the negative situation. And often that's the simplest solution right there, is you take yourself out of high school. Because high school can be a freaking lion's den. You take yourself out of there, and within 6 months you're feeling good again. Just go get a job at McDonald's, go deliver papers for a while, go move to a different province and just try something different. You don't have to stay in that bad situation. So that's all I have to say. I'll leave it there. I hope I gave you some good advice, and feel free to leave any comments. I'll try and reply. Okay, take care, have a good day, and take care of yourself. Okay, bye bye.